Hi everybody, it's Zane Miller, the YouTube Sherpa here to guide you through all things YouTube. Now in today's video I'm going to show you how to put a clickable link inside your YouTube video. But before we get into that, I need to explain a few things so that you understand how this tool is going to actually help you. So first of all, what I've done is, as you can see, is that I've searched for a search term SEO into the YouTube search engine. Now as you can see, if you're familiar with my channel, Mega Video Warrior, this is primarily a channel that I use to interview WSO authors or just product owners in general, mostly WSO authors because I'm a big part of the Warrior Forum. So what I do is I like to interview people about their products, and then I put them on my YouTube channel so that they can turn around and then put those videos on their WSO thread to help people make a decision, an informed decision about their WSO. So as you can see here, we've got a promoted video right here in conjunction with the term SEO. It says SEO driving you crazy. Now it's a promoted video. This works just like the Google tool, the AdWords tool. In fact, it uses the same exact structure. So if you're familiar with AdWords, great. If not, don't worry. I'll walk you through all these steps. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this first is because this is the main point of how the promoted video system works. The major benefit is being positioned on the search engine itself of YouTube, because as you may know by now, YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world. So having this position, having a keyword like SEO, I mean, if you were to use a keyword like SEO in Google, holy crap, that would cost you like a ton of money. As you'll see in my dashboard, it doesn't cost me as much as it does in Google. So again, the reason why I'm showing you this is so that you can understand the true benefit here and what's going to happen when you use this technique, okay? So this right here, this is the major benefit of the promoted video campaign. But a lot of people get confused because they think the real benefit is having a clickable link inside your video. Now, that's not true. It is good, it is helpful, but that's not the major benefit. It's being positioned here. The benefit of the clickable link inside the video is just an added bonus that Google gives to you so that you can take your video and go, hey, this is great, it's on the YouTube search engine, check out the content, they check out the content, and then inside the video is a clickable link to go outside of YouTube to your website. Now here's the other misconception, is that first of all, a lot of people think of a YouTube video when they say put a clickable link in your YouTube video, they assume that it's putting it in the description, much like I've said before in the video that you've seen before about putting the full URL in the description itself so that people can click on it. A lot of people think that that's what putting a clickable link inside a YouTube video is. No, that's not true. Nor is it an annotation. If you're not familiar with what an annotation is, they're just little notes that you can create in the YouTube video that can pop up at any given point that you so choose. Those notes can also be links to other YouTube videos or channels or subscribe pages or playlists, whatever you want, but they do not go outside of YouTube. So the only way that you can actually get a clickable link inside a YouTube video itself is if you set up a promoted video campaign which uses the AdWords backbone, the structure, to operate. Okay, so if that was a little confusing, I recommend you kind of rewinding it and listening to this again because it's it's kind of a lot to process. I understand that. So, but there's been a lot of confusion, so I needed to get that out of the way. Now, once this is out of the way, we can move on into the teaching part of it. So if we come over here, this is ads.youtube.com. Now you're seeing something right now in my dashboard that you're not going to see right away. You're going to see a screen that says get started and blah blah blah, and so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click get started. Now if you're not signed into your YouTube account, make sure you're signed in. Then you get started, and the first thing that's going to pop up is the screen that says put in your credit card information. Now this is Google making sure that you're going to be serious. They're going to get a $5 deposit from you. So expect that when you put in the information, they're going to charge you $5. The benefit is that $5 instantly gets credited to your Google AdWords account, so that when you use a promoted video campaign like this, when you set it all up and get it done, then what ends up happening is that when someone clicks on your video in the search engine, then that's when you're charged. Again, we'll go through it in the details. But the reason why you're seeing this here and why you won't see this same thing yet is because you have to set it up. And what happens when you set it up is you're basically starting a Google AdWords account. So, and if you have a Google AdWords account, you can easily attach it to your YouTube campaign by going through AdWords. Again, I don't have time to go through that part of the video, but it's pretty simple and explains itself through the process. So now that we're here, you understand how we got here, we're going to move on into the next step. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click create a new promotion. For you, when you set it up, if you don't have one of these, then it'll shoot you straight to this. Now the first thing that you do here, so let's see, which one have I not let's say this YouTube marketing tip. Okay, this is a tip that I gave to people that I made a video about on June 13th. Got a pretty good response. So let's see what happens when I promote it. So the next thing is they want to make sure that you understand that you cannot use someone else's content. This has to be all your own stuff. So you click next, I agree. Now again, this will look familiar if you are familiar with AdWords. If you're not, don't worry about it. The first thing you want to do here, and it's gonna change the text here as you'll soon see. So what is this? This is the we'll just say title, right? So you've got a title, and you can see it, and then description, and then more. Now I'm not actually going to do this. I just want to show you how it all works. So you've got your title, again, something eye-catching. This is going to be on the search engine. So the search engine of YouTube. This is what people will see on the search engine of YouTube. All right, they'll see the thumbnail that you chose, and then the title and the description and whatever you write. So this is, hey, check out this video, or whatever it is that gets you to get people to pay attention and then click on it. Then you can choose your thumbnail. You only get 3 options. I wish there was more, but you know, you get to choose a thumbnail. This also helps people decide whether or not they want to click on your video. Seeing as I've only got these 3, whatever, I'll just stick with this one. Next. Now this is where you're going to be putting in keywords associated to the content that you're talking about. So I'm gonna just type in YouTube. Again, normally you want to have as many quality keywords that can be associated with this as possible. Now we're going to click next. Again, moving forward. Now you want to set your CPV. Now before this was called CPC. Also in Google it's called CPC, cost per click. But YouTube is different. This is a totally different element. So YouTube a little while ago changed their system from a CPC, that when you get charged per click, now they've changed it to a CPV, which means that the person watching the video has to watch it for at least, I think, 5 seconds. Is the standard there. I'm sure if you've seen videos on YouTube, there's a thing that says you can skip this ad. It counts down 5 seconds, and then you can skip the ad. This is a little bit different. That's what's called a pre-roll. This is just going to be what's called a rollover. It's a little thing that pops up the bottom lower eighth of the video, and there you go. Again, you'll see it in just a second. So you want to. You're saying this is how much you're willing to pay per view. I have already set up a budget of $100 per day. Kind of, I don't know. For me, it's been more responsive than any other daily budget. Most of the time, when you're talking about a cost per view, especially with YouTube, it's much lower than AdWords, just because it's underutilized. So therefore, you're not gonna break the bank right away. So usually, I have a daily limit of $100, and then I say 10 cents per view. That's a nice way to start, and then of course I'm going to pay attention to this, so I want to make sure that everything's working the way that I want it to. So we click next. Now, hey, this is the preview of your promotion, and you say, okay, run my promotion, and then it'll think for a minute, and then think more. Okay, awesome. Now you've got now it shoots you back to your dashboard here, and then you say this is, then you see it says eligible. That means that if someone types in the keyword YouTube into YouTube itself, right? So if we come over here, now this isn't going to show up because, well, I'll explain in just a second. YouTube, right? So the reason why my video doesn't show up is because my cost per view is probably much lower than all of these. In addition, it's not, I didn't really put a lot of effort into it, so I've got title, description, and then more description. The thing is that it's not really related. YouTube and Google, it's not just whoever's willing to pay the most for an advertisement. It also has to be in conjunction with it being related to the content that people are searching for. So that would mean that I'd have to do a little bit more work and effort, make sure that my video and my video promotion is something that people are going to associate with the keywords that I'm using. Again, that's not really the point of this specific video, but again, I need to teach you this part so that you'll understand the rest of it. So that being said, that's why you're not seeing it up here, is because it's not relevant and I don't have a very high cost per view and it's only one keyword. I mean, just it's not optimized. Okay. Now the next thing that you need to do, again, this is just to make sure that you can get a clickable link in your video, not to be positioned on the search engine. But the search engine is the beneficial part. A lot of people, before when I made this report, a lot of people got confused. They say, well, what's the point of having a clickable link if no one can find your video? The main point of this is that if you can drive organic traffic to a YouTube video, then that clickable link is beneficial to go wherever you want. Again, a lot of these things that I teach aren't necessarily like, this technique, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. It's meant more so, okay, this is a cool tool that you can use in your business and you can choose the best way to use it. It can be used for many, many different things. I'm not a big supporter of like, do this, and you will make money, period, because there's too many moving parts, there's too many variables, and there's no way to actually assure that, yes, you will make money on this or this or this unless you've tested everything. So that being said, I'm going to hop off my soapbox and move forward with this actual tutorial, because now we're getting into the 12-minute mark, and I promised myself it wouldn't take this long, but here we are. Anyway, so that's, again, the main point of this is to get onto the YouTube search engine so that you can be noticed. But if all you want is a clickable link inside your YouTube video and you can drive traffic to it organically, then awesome. This is what you need to do. Once we've finished with this, okay, the next thing that we want to do is we want to go back to our YouTube account and we need to set up the clickable link. So if we click on our name and go to videos, this is where all of our videos live, right? We need to go down to, where is this? I'm going to pause it really quick. Okay, I've just got a lot of videos here. So this is the Creative Commons. So what we want to do is we want to go find our video. We want to click on Edit. Now over here, usually in the dashboard, they say, hey, you can now put your call to action overlay. And there's a link that goes straight to this, but it didn't for me. Apparently they think that I'm just smart enough to figure it out now. So if you've ever edited a video, like the content here, this should look familiar. But this right here won't, because this is a specific thing specifically meant for people who have created a promoted video. This is what makes the clickable link. So what we do here is it's the same exact thing. We go, I'll just say title and description, if I can spell, and then description. Now this is where you want to put your destination URL. So if this is your squeeze page, much like I constantly recommend to everybody, don't sell on YouTube. Get them on a list and then market to them on your list. But you know what? If you want to throw in an affiliate link in here and drop them right onto the squeeze page, go for it. But you are dealing with AdWords, and AdWords has to approve all landing pages that you direct traffic to. So you want to make sure that whatever they're landing on is going to be approved by AdWords. This goes back to the whole AdWords discussion we had just a few minutes ago. If you are unfamiliar with AdWords, you need to understand how AdWords works, because YouTube is using the AdWords infrastructure, the backbone, the whatever you want to call it. So make sure that wherever they're landing is approved by Google and AdWords and whatnot. And in order to understand that, you need to make sure and check out excuse me, I keep hiccuping. You need to check out the terms and conditions and all that stuff. So you have a destination URL, but then you can have a display URL to make sure that it looks prettier, because you may have this really long, ugly link and you want it to just be like, okay, I want the display URL to look like this, but where they're actually going, is different. Again, it's an aesthetic thing, but aesthetics are important when it comes to promotions and stuff. Also, in addition, if you want, I don't do this very often myself, but I can see how it would be cool. You can upload, you can basically, if you host an image somewhere else on I don't know, any image hosting site or your own website, you can have a 56 by 56 pixel image in the actual ad rollover overlay thing, whatever. Normally I don't, but this is you'd say you'd host the image somewhere, and then this is the URL that you would put it in to make sure that they knew where to go. At least I hope that didn't make that may sound kind of confusing, but I'm not stopping the video and starting it over. Done that enough times. Thank you very much. But here's the point: display URL. Let's say www.yourwebsite.com, and then again here. So this is going to be the display. Once that's all finished, you just click on Save Changes. Now that it's saved, we can click on View Video on Page. And we'll just pause it here. But as you can see right here, this is what we just made. And I've always wondered, what does yourwebsite.com take you to? Ah, look at that, yourwebsite.com. Wow, how boring that is. But hey, they seem to be doing pretty well. Anywho, so there's your ad overlay. Now, here's the thing. How do you make sure that you don't get charged, but you still want the ad overlay? This clickable link inside YouTube. Again, the whole point to this is only if you want to have a clickable link inside your video without having to pay for it. Okay? So this is going to assure that you don't have to pay for it. And before I show you, this is totally approved by YouTube. They don't care. Do your thing, whatever it is. It's not illegal. It's not against their terms and conditions. It's just something that they just do. Okay? Now if we go back to the promoted video dashboard and we go here, we say, okay, this one, we want to select this one here, and now we want to click on pause. Now this is going to pause the campaign. This means that regardless, I mean, I could optimize the crap out of that advertisement and make sure that, you know, it shows up on every single keyword or whatever. If I pause it, then that means that it's not going to show up on the search engine. Just like if you had an AdWords campaign, if you pause that campaign, you said, okay, maybe you're going on vacation, maybe you just don't, maybe you're done with your test, but you want to tweak it later, but you don't want to get charged. You don't want to have the possibility that someone could click on it when they find it. So by pausing the campaign, that removes it from the position that you're in, but it just puts it on pause. So if you unpause it, it just sticks it right back on there. So now if we go back to the video and we click refresh, like so, there it is. It's right there. But it's not on the search engine. Again, it's a benefit that YouTube is giving you. This is their own choice. Again, this is not against terms and conditions. This is not illegal. This is not anything. It's just what it is. They're saying, okay, well, you're pausing the campaign. We're going to go ahead and let you keep that clickable link in there until you're ready to come back. So for whatever reasons they chose to do that, those are the reasons. So a quick review. First of all, you got to make sure that your video is, you have to have a campaign set up with AdWords, either through an AdWords campaign that you already have, or you set up a new AdWords campaign by going to ads.youtube.com and then setting it up from there. There's going to be a $5 deposit, yes, but it's going to be immediately credited to your account. Then you set it up, you do everything that you need to do, and then you're positioned on the search engine. Now, if that scares you and you're oh no, I'm going to get charged up the yin yang, then make sure to go back to your promoted video campaign, the dashboard, and pause the campaign. That will allow you to have the clickable link inside YouTube, but it won't be found on the search engines. Therefore, you get a free little rollover here that points to your website. Again, looks like this turned into a 20-minute video, but hey, it's good content, right? So if you have any questions or feedback or anything that you'd like me to expound upon, which is usually the case, just shoot an email back and say, hey, what about this or this or this or this or this or whatever. I don't care.